Hey, Heart Seekers! Welcome to the Heart's Hello Show, where we believe that our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Keona Talana. In this episode, we are going to dive back into our series that we have been in for the last couple of weeks, where we are breaking down the word reveal. And for those of you all who this is your first time listening to the podcast, let me just welcome you. And let me break down this acronym that I have given for the word reveal. It's revelation, enlightenment, vision, expose, awareness, and learning. So in today's episode, we are going to be diving into this word awareness. And awareness can be simply defined as the state of being conscious of something within oneself or one's environment. It involves our ability to directly know, perceive, to feel, to be cognizant of. And more broadly, it is just our state of being awake and engaged with one's surroundings. So I'm excited about this episode, but then also at the same time, I'm working through some of my own stuff, right? So I had my monthly meeting, wow, with my therapist. And she asked me a simple question. And again, to some of you all, it may be simple question, but for me, it caused me to pause and think about where I am. And yes, this is going to directly tie into why awareness is important in where we are in our journey. So she asked me this question: when was the last time you felt safe? And I'm like, ooh, when was the last time that I felt safe? Like, needing to have to fight off something or someone, or no. And it was more so in the context of, when have I ever felt safe in a relationship? And we were diving into that because she was trying to get at, where exactly is it that I feel the need to sometimes overcompensate or to go above and beyond, to go out of my way in order to help people or to feel the need to be around people. And it's my desire and my need to want to feel wanted. But then it's also my desire and need to want to feel safe. And so when she asked that question, she's like, what does being safe look like to you? What does it feel like to you? And so I'm giving her all of these different traits. And I'm like, wow, I've been married. I've been in relationships, and I've never felt safe. But yet, there were still these, as we call them now, these red flags, or these things that would rise up on the inside of us, that our intuition is telling us that this is not the way you need to go, or this is not the direction that you need to move into, or maybe this is just your season to kind of sit still. But yet sometimes we feel the need to move faster than what our intuition is pushing us. And it has everything to do with our awareness. It has everything to do with what some will call their knowing, or their gut feeling, or spidey sense, or the Holy Spirit, or whatever it is that you want to call it. But it's there to protect us. It's placed down on the inside of us to know when something is wrong, even when we are not sure why it's wrong, but our body is sensing that something is off. And most of the time, if you're honest, we tend to see the flag, pretend that we don't see the flag, and proceed with caution. And I want us to get to a place where we see the flag and say, you know what? I'm not going to go that route. I know that this is not the direction that I need to be moving in. And so I want to ask this question to you today. Do you understand what season you are in? Yes, I know that a lot of you all may say, I'm in fall, getting ready to start winter. But no, no, no. I need you to understand, or I need you to really ask yourself, what season of life am I in? Sometimes it's a season to relax. Sometimes it's a season to put your foot on the gas and don't let up. Sometimes it's a season just to be able to pay attention. And in this season, whatever season you're in, I need you to be aware. I need you to be aware of your surroundings. I need you to be aware of what's going on in your mental. I need you to be aware of what's going on in your body, because as we continue to travel through this journey called life, we have to be able to tap into our knowing. We have to be able to tap into our intuition, because it's that thing that we don't always understand, but it's that thing that has been placed there to protect us. And most of the time we turn it off because we think, oh, it doesn't know what's going on, when actually it does. So why is this important? Why is it important for us to understand, just like nature goes through seasons and different phases, we go through different phases in our lives. Considering just our emotions, energy levels, our overall mindset, sometimes we're in a period of growth and new beginnings, similar to spring. Or maybe it's, flourishing and achievement, maybe like in summer. Or in fall, it's that transformation and preparation season. And just like in winter, sometimes you have to rest and take time for introspection. But I want you to take time to figure out, what season are you in? What season are you in? Because it's going to dictate how you move your daily life, how you deal with your goals, how you deal with people, how you deal with your careers, how you deal with your relationships, how you move, how you operate, how you show up. And so, what are some ways that we can figure out, what season are we in? Well, first, you're going to have to be real with you. You're going to have to sit with you long enough to figure out what has been going on in my life and figure out what those patterns are. Is it something that transpires every year around this time? What is it? Take an assessment of where you are. Figure out, are you facing any new challenges? Are you learning? Are you in a phase of consolidating your experiences and your knowledge? Are you in a place where now all that you have learned, it's now time for you to teach someone else? But you have to get to a place to be quiet enough to figure out what that is. And for some, like I said, for me, it was just having a conversation with my therapist where she's like, why do you feel like this is okay? Why do you feel like it's okay for people to show up in your life and to do certain things, and basically you don't check it? She had to tell me, Keona, why do you feel the need to have to settle for scraps when you are worth so much more? And I'm like, ooh, that hurt. But it was the God's honest truth. Why do you settle for less? Well, it boiled down to, what is it? What does my safety look like? What does security look like? What does me feeling safe look like? And then when I don't see that, now I'm going to craft and create it so that it fits what I need in that moment. But it's not really what I truly need, because now I'm trying to overcompensate and to try to fit something and to make something work that isn't necessarily it. So as I've shared with you all before, that this is a journey and we're all here to learn. We're all here trying to figure out why life does what it does. Why do we sometimes have to take the same test over and over and over again? But guess what? This is an open book test. And for some of you all, you've seen it before. You've seen the exact same things before show up in your life. And guess what? You go down the same exact path and are surprised when what you see shows up, shows up. You knew it was going to show up. You saw it from the very beginning. Why? Because you've seen this show before. You've lived this show before. You've done the very same thing before. So we have to get off of this merry-go-round of just pretending that things aren't what they are when they are. And it's okay if you don't get it right the first time. It's okay if you don't get it right the second or the third time. But guys, let's get to a place that when our intuition kicks in, and for me, when the Holy Spirit is speaking, that I listen. It will cause me, it may be a moment where it saves my life. It saves your life. But let's get to a place where when that spidey sense kicks in, we say, uh-oh, something's off. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to slow down enough to be able to figure out why I'm feeling this way. What's going on in my environment? What's going on in my mental? What's going on in my body? What is your body telling you? Most times people will say, oh, I get anxious. That's your body telling you something. What exactly is it that your body is telling you that you keep ignoring? What is it that when you are around someone that it just doesn't feel right? Have you ever just been in a room where it just don't feel right? That is your body telling you that something is wrong. So let's get to a place where we are not just feeling it, sensing it, smelling it, seeing it, but then we're also obedient to what it is that we see, because it's there to protect us. We have to become aware of where we are in this season so that as we go through life, because we all know that life be lifing sometimes. Things just be happening sometimes, and it's like, whoa, how did I get here? But let's get to a place where we are listening, where we are paying attention, where we are feeling. We're using all of our senses to be aware of where we are so that we know how we need to move, show up, and do the things that we need to do. So I'm hoping that you all hear what it is that I'm saying. I'm hoping that you take time to really tap into your heart center, tap into who you truly are, and figure out where you are in this season, how you need to show up in this season, what traits and characteristics and things are constantly showing up that you need to be paying attention to. Because we have to be aware in this season. We have to know where we're going. We're not going to know it all, but there are going to be some things that show up in our lives for us to pay attention to. And so let's just pay attention in this season. Let's be intentional in this season. Let's be consistent in how we show up for ourselves, right? Because as we are consistent and intentional with ourselves, it also translates into how we deal with people and how we do everything. It says how we do anything is how we do everything. And so we're going to be aware in this season. We're going to move with purpose in this season. We're going to move with all of the revelation and the enlightenment and the visions and the exposure. And now this awareness. that we have to pay attention to what's going on around us. So you all, I just want to thank you for joining me for another adventure of the Heart's Hello Show. We're together, we're embracing vulnerability, learning from each other, and spreading love, one heartfelt hello at a time. All right, bye.